Come on in. We're going to get started here in just a second. It's so great to see you all here tonight. We have a pretty big crowd here tonight, which is always a great thing to see. And I'm very happy that you're here to study God's Word with us. This is going to be the third installment of our All Things Summer Series, and I was blessed to be able to third speaker on the list after Mr. Bo and people, and we're definitely going to get to that. When I ask this question, I want you to think, bear with me, I'm not talking off topic, and it's all going to connect hopefully in a few minutes. But I want you to think to yourself this question: what is the goal of a campaign? And so immediately when you think in your head, you can be just like me and say, you know what, I'm going straight to politics. You're like, okay, Christian, why are you talking? Some people say just to reach a bunch of people about something you feel super strongly about. And all of these things at times have been true in history abroad. You can look in the news and see it all right now. But I want you to think about a campaign and maybe how annoying they get at times. And we think campaigns are things that are made to bring people together and to unite and rally around a specific goal, a specific objective that they have. But oftentimes it falls short. I'm going to screw this on to be a little bit. And so I was reading about this and I'm thinking about political campaigns, and we just got done with the voting season. So I want people to think about campaigns. And I looked up online and it said, this is like a roundabout quote, I just messed a bunch of them together. And it said, the people of the United States, the campaigns are too long and they really serve no purpose because they don't focus on the right things and they're not informative at all. And actually, they tend to diminish the idea or the goal that they are trying to accomplish by having the campaign. So we can say the goal of a campaign is to petition people and to petition laws and ideas in hopes of winning an election. We can say that with politics. And some of the most memorable campaigns are of Abraham Lincoln, who was trying to unite the country after getting done with slavery. He was trying to reunite the country. Franklin D. Roosevelt was trying to petition for federal aid for the people struggling during the Great Depression. And JFK wanted people to be united, and he just happens to be the one that came up as the most popular campaigns because he used the television very effectively. So we're getting this, and you're like, what in the world is he talking about? And I promise this is where it all comes together. There was a campaign that started a long time ago about the most important topic of all time, and that's going to be where we're spending our time talking and thinking about the thing tonight. The campaign of the apostles, speaking about Jesus Christ, the one who is going to be the one to save people from where they were and they were lost in sin. And so when we're thinking about campaigns, I need you to throw the idea out of your head that campaigns are all worthless. I know you're going to think, well, political campaigns are worthless, and they all are just a bunch of jibber jabber, and it just makes people dislike each other. But I want you to think of what we're talking about tonight, 1 Corinthians 9, verses 19 through 23. When Paul speaking said he was all things to all people. This campaign is going to be one that was going to shape the world for the rest of eternity. Whether they liked it or not, the people who followed it, the people who didn't follow it, knew that this was going to change the world. So I want to start this off with going over what are the goals of this campaign that we're going to talk about. What are the goals of what they were trying to achieve? And so each time that we read or we talk about one of these goals or ideas or how Paul is really viewing these people as we read through it, I'll attach verse references to this so you can follow them along as Paul speaks about people as he's preaching and he's on his campaign for Christ, I called it, that he can know how he views these people, what his goal is and what his intent is. So the goal of Paul's campaign, that's going to be who we focus on, is going to be to glorify Christ. He says that in Galatians 1:21. Whether he lives or he dies, his goal is to glorify Christ in all that he does. His goal is to save the lost, it says in Acts 20:24. And then his third goal is to live faithfully. 2 verses, chapter 4, verses 6 through 8, where he talks about living his life as nothing more than to glorify Christ all the way until he is about to face his death. That's his entire campaign ad, was that he was going to glorify Christ with his entire life. And you say, well, this is a good cause. We know we want all people to go to heaven, we want all people to be saved. So who is Paul trying to reach here? And if you read through the book of Acts or any of Paul's letters, or really just any of the New Testament in general, the goal of this campaign of Jesus Christ was to reach the sick and the healthy, the black and the white, the Jew, the Gentile, the rich and the poor. All people that they were going to come in contact with, their whole goal was to take them to heaven with them. And that's what I want to focus on tonight. But I need to preface this by saying this right now because I know that it's overtaking the world. And if any of you have ever scrolled on Facebook for more than like 35 to 40 minutes after something political happens, you can see people hashing it out. This politician is the right one. He's doing this for our country. Through 20. people that by the Bible says, but the thing that stuck out about Moses is that Moses did it to the end. Even when God told him, you know what, you've done wrong in the past, and because of that, you're not going to go to the promised land. Doing something faithfully means finishing it to the end, just as Moses did. So when God told him, Moses, don't speak of this anymore. You're not going into the promised land, but continue to lead my people a little bit longer. Moses did it with no doubt. He didn't cry. He didn't complain. He didn't break down and say, oh, I can't do this anymore. He just told me I can't have this. But he did it willfully and wanting to follow God. He did it exactly how God informed him to do it. And going along with that, it's going to be talking about Joshua. So when Moses died, he left it there for Joshua to pick the ball up and run with it. Joshua did the same thing. Going into the promised land, all the things he had to face, all the people that wanted to take him down and overthrow the Israelites and take them for what they were worth, Joshua did the same thing. He followed God faithfully. In a sense, they're not specifically called ambassadors, but I think this is really what it means. Through the good, through the bad, these people wanted to worship and follow God and exemplify him in every single thing that they did. And even the times that they fell short, they never dropped the ball, they never cowered, they never ran. They did what God commanded them to do. Even moment of weakness, all they did was turn to him. So first, to do this, you have to follow God faithfully. Exactly how he commanded. There's no room for you to make a decision on what's right and what's wrong. You follow God what God's laid out. You don't ask him, you don't complain. You do it how God has intended us to do it. And the issue is that people want to do their own thing. We want people who are Christians and wanting to follow God correctly, but as soon as it comes down to doing something that's just slightly bit difficult, they just don't really like it or enjoy it that much. I know you can think of somebody right now will turn away from doing it right just because it's a little bit difficult. And I'm just saying, y'all probably the same way. Everybody in this room at some point in your life has turned away from God when things got difficult, and that's what we're striving to do.